There we go. I don't know what was going on. What is going on, everybody? This is probably going to be a short stream. Nothing's really going on in the market except for the fact that we are still dumping. We were not able to get back above the 200. You know what? Why not just show the screen? Boom. So here we are looking at the daily. This is actually Bitcoin dominance. And we just got the green dot down here on the momentum wave, the VWAP coming up. Money flow is going down, but dominance is trending a little bit higher. Let's go to actual Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily could not close back above this key level of the 200 MA at about 107.537. That is extremely nerve-wracking because the 200 MA, when we start getting below this, especially on the daily, this is bear market territory. So that leads to the question again, are we in a bear market? Well, I still don't think so. You can see if we come back here, right back here to March, you know, we kind of rounded up, right? From January, the beginning of the year, boom. You know, the high back here, January 25, and we just faltered until we finally fell below the 200 in March. And we stayed below the 200. Let's see, from here all the way to here, we stayed below the 200 for 44 days. So a month and a half, we stayed below the 200. But what happened when we came back across the 200? When we came back across the 200, we started the next leg of the rally, and that rallied us all the way up to, boom, to 106, 126 and some change, taking 167 days. So almost a half a year, about, what is that, about 5 months, a little over 5 months, almost 6 months. It took us, and we rallied 41.47%. So hopefully this is not a repeat of this. If we go, let's see here, what's that? 167 bars. If we go 167 bars from here, let's see here, where does that take us? Wow, I can't even go that far out. Let's go. Let's go. Nope, keep going. Why is that saying? Oh, it's because it's just, hold on. Apparently, I have to make it bigger. That's going to take us way out, right? 167 bars. Once you look at that, April 1st, what is that? That is the very first day of Q2. So that's interesting because we were talking about this yesterday. Me and Daniel were talking about this yesterday, and he thinks we're going to go into 2026. And then when we look, you know what? Let's put a mark right there. Control. So right there, that's 167 bars or 167 days. You know, or actually, no, my bad. That is not, well, I'm doing this wrong. I'm so sorry. So we stayed under the 200 for 43 days. So if we take that, and if we bring that out, 43 days puts us at November 30th. So let's come into November 30th, and that would be after, that would be the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And then we go 167 days from that. That puts us at May 16th. So, I mean, does Does the bull run drag out till May? Will sell in May, walk away be a thing? You know, these at this point in time, who knows? I understand a lot of this volatility and a lot of this dumping has to do with, you know, the government shutdown, the, you know, housing's at its all-time high, you know, people scared over the China tariffs. We got banks with giving out sour loans, regional banks, you know, could be on the brink of collapse. Probably not. TradFi did end higher today. We did end green in TradFi. But I would say this is some kind of worst case scenario right here, that we stay under the 200. It may not be 43 days. I mean, it could be less, it could be more. I'm just saying the last time was 43 days. Let's look at this one over here. What was this one when we fell? So this was March of 24 where we topped and we kind of dragged and then we finally lost. I'm not going to count this one because we bounced right back. But let's see here. What is this one right here? Now, this one lasted 75 days. And then from there, 75 days, from there, from the cross to the top was 98. So we were longer under the 200 and quicker or shorter to the top, right? You know, all of this is just speculation at this point. But we do have to ask ourselves, is the 4-year cycle broken? Or actually, you know, the 4-year cycle is not really 4 years. The 4-year cycle is actually like 3 years, 10 months. So instead of being, you know, from May, let's go to months. Actually, let's go to the Bitstamp chart. Okay. So back here, where we were May of 24, right? Doot. I don't know, how would you calculate that? That's how would we actually calculate that? It's not from, is it from the bear market, from the bottom of the bear market? Let's see here. So, where is, right? So what was it? April of 20 was the last happening. And from there to the top was 19 months, right? I thought I had all this drawn out already. I must have erased it. I know it would have been on the Bitstamp chart, unless it's on Coinbase. No, these are bottoms, potentials. Oh, this is what we went over from the bottom. We did a big thing from the top to the bottom, 52 weeks. From the bottom to the top right here was 35 months. Let's see here. So we had December 1st as the high and then the pullback right here. Okay. So not sure what's going on with that. It's been a while since I went over that chart. Let's go back here. So what do we have? We had 39 months, right? Or 19 months. 19 months from the halving. So if we come up here to 24 and we go to May of 24, And we go 19 months. So we should still be December 1st. I mean, December 1st is what's calling for the top. Walking back, okay. Here, let me give you let me drop you the link. Let me pull this up. What's up, Fozzie? What's going on? Daniel, what's going on? It's a rough day. I really didn't have anything prepared because it's been such a crappy day. I was just going to go through the market updates and everything like that. But this started to have me thinking about finally made it home. Where were you? This got me thinking about, is it going to be extended? You know what I mean? We look at the weekly. The weekly says we're getting ready. The momentum, bearish div on the momentum on the weekly. VWAPs to the downside, money flows to the downside. And this is going to take a while to play out. I mean, this could take all the way to November, mid-November to play out. Let's see, when we broke down right here, this was what, March 3rd. You didn't get the green dot till April. That's a month. So, are we going to see a month from now for the bottom of the momentum wave? Looking at the, nothing with the RSI. Stokes are turned back down. They're not overheated though, but they are turned back down. Red dot, everything. It's just not, the market's just real weak. We need something. We need some kind of event that is going to just start pushing us back to the upside. And I don't think a rate cut is going to do it because it's priced in. Everybody's expecting 25 bips. If we get 50, that might spark something to the upside, or it could be the 25 now, the 25 in December. And then next year, next year, we get more rate cuts and we just explode. But it's not looking good. I'm still a bull at heart. I still don't think the bull run's over. I mean, if I did, I wouldn't still have my money in crypto. That's for sure. I will not round trip my bags this cycle. Say that to yourselves. I will not round trip my bags. I will not round trip my bags. Too many of us round tripped last cycle. And when they say it really takes a whole cycle to know what's going on, it's true. You really need to be in crypto for a whole cycle. This is my 5-year mark right now, but you really need to be in crypto for a whole cycle to know. I don't know. You know what? I just bought some more, Fozzie. I can't believe it got hit so hard, but I can't believe that FET is done. Let's see where. Let's take a look. But yeah, it just got pummeled. Am I missing it here? I know I have it on here. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It just dropped 26 cents. Ooh, Ocean left. Really? How is that possible? Didn't people already swap a bunch of their freaking tokens? Lawsuits? Oh, don't tell me that. That is not good. Well, I may have to dump that. I may have to dump my FET then. Damn. Dump it and I'll throw it in Co-AI right here, which took a freaking beating. But I mean, it was about to, you just can't pump ridiculously like this without taking a beating. Today it did take a beating. A 34% drop today. But that's after 3 days of pumping. What, from wick to wick, it pumped 252%. But from body to body, it pumped 233% in 3 days. And I've been loving trading it for sure. It's just been bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. You know, it goes up. And what's crazy is on MEXC, so the perp will say it's at like 17 and change, but spot has it at like 23. It's so freaking crazy. And I noticed that it must have a huge positive funding rate, because I'll be trading it and then I'll look at my P&L and it just it just says like plus $20 in realized gain. And I'm like, well, how the hell is that? I didn't sell nothing. You know what I mean? You just automatically. So it has to be the funding rate. And that means that's a massive positive funding rate for longing. You know, I noticed when I was shorting, I didn't get anything. But when I was longing, I was definitely, definitely getting some positive action. What I don't understand is the freaking roughly 20-25% difference in price between the perp and the freaking spot. Oh, hold on, my neck and my throat have been raw all day, but it's healing. It's going. I still can't feel my face right here, but it's going. So yeah, I may have to. That's crazy. I just bought some FET today, so I may have to just dump it. Let's take a look at this chart. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad. So this is the last line of defense right here at about 18 cents. And then boom, we're right back to the bottom. That is going to be a huge loss. Let me see what I'm down, because I've been DCAing all the way up. Let's see here. Not too bad, I guess. Down about 30% on my bag. So that's not too bad, I guess. I can dump that. Hell, I could dump that, throw it in Coin AI and or Chain Opera AI and make it back in 24 hours. Oh, you're down about 40%. Yeah, that sucks. Buy SWE for sure. You know what? I have a video. You know, I could probably post this real quick or show this real quick. Let's see here. I have to get to my channel. I saved it on my phone, so I have to get to my channel where I no, not logos. Let's go here. Let's go here. Yeah, at 248, bro. At 248, you can't beat picking up some SWE for sure. Let me see here. Let me upload this freaking video real quick. Daily videos. This one. While that uploads, let's go through market update real quick. And we will see what's going on. So let's get the freshest data. So we're down about 2.3%, coming in at 3.7 trillion, which is a huge gap. I mean, we were just at 4.2. So, I mean, we're down about $500 billion in the past week or so. Trading volume, 245 billion, massive volume. Dominance at 57.4. It is going up a little bit. Ethereum at 12.5 and 0.127 Gwei to send ETH transaction. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 106,548, down 1.7%. We got Ethereum at 3832, down 1.9%. We got BNB at 1,076, down 6.4%. XRP at 230, down 1.2%. Solana at 182, down 1.5%. We got Tron coming in at 3009, down 2.1%. Dogecoin rounding out the top 10 at 0.185, down 2.2. Cardano at 62.68, down 3.2. Just bought my first coin on Snek.fun, first meme coin. I'm probably going to lose money, so I'm not going to show it on the stream, but I did, first time I ever purchased a coin on Snek.fun. Super easy. I mean, it just went through real quick. Let's take a look at SWI since Daniel brought up SWI. We've dropped a place, coming in at 244, down 2.9% on the day. Wow, market cap all the way down to 8.8 billion. Wow. So let's look at the biggest gainers on the day. It's probably a stable coin. Well, stablecoin maker, Athena, up 7.7. Provenance blockchain up 7. Zcash up 3.9. Pump.fun up 1.7. There we go. Tau's up 0.5%. Tau might be a good one too to switch into out of FET. That's really disappointing about FET. I had high hopes for that with the ASI and everything like that, with Ocean and AGIX and everybody. Let's take the biggest losers. Of course, Chain Opera, still up 90% on the week, down 43.7% on the 24-hour, coming in at 1263, which is good because I've been in a long from 1195, so I like seeing that 1263. We got Aave at 206, down 7.7. Aster got me liquidated last night, coming down 7.3. Psy down 7.2. Psy's another good one. Really like Psy. It's like a blockchain built for trading platforms. So they'll have a lot of integrations with Web 2 and everything like that. Super high speed, super throughput. It's really built and optimized for like trading platforms and transactions. So Bitcoin Cash down, Mantle down, BNB down 6.4. And it's just, I mean, we just got a lot down, right? So let's look at stock market. Stock market actually closed green for the most part. The Dow was up 238 points, S&P up 34, NASDAQ up 117. The Russell K is down. And so, yeah, down 14 points. The VIX came down. So at least the traders are, they're a little less worried. You know what I mean? Stocks close higher as bank credit worries. China trade tensions ease. So let's see, where are we at? 20 points. Come on. Why is it not? There we go. So not looking too bad, if we bring this over. So we're back down to where we were a couple days ago. Still, it'd be a lot better if we were down here in the 16s and the 17s down here. This would be a lot nicer. So, and that was the spike, the fear. So, Let's go to CoinGlass real quick. We'll check out liquidations first. Liquidation 24 hour, almost $1 billion in liquidations. So come in, BTC with the most at 340, ETH at 217, and they are dominated by long positions, 627 million in longs. So people are still hoping. Fear and greed. Fear and greed coming in at 23. I want to say it was at 22 yesterday, right? All 1 week. Let's see here. I thought it was at 22 yesterday. Well, what is that? Fear and greed. That's at 28. That's on the. Why does it only show to the 10th? October 10th. Why doesn't it have? That's so weird that the graph doesn't go further than the 10th. Either way, I'm pretty sure it was at 22 yesterday. So that or we're flat. Either way, definitely a lot of fear in the market right now. Let's take a look. Crawlju. I was looking at Crawlju earlier. We looked at it last night. Gotta love it. Let's go. We're on the 4-hour ADA. Perfect. We were talking about it here when the 4-hour blew through the 200. Pump, flag, touch the 200 or touch the 21. Beautiful bounce off the 21. Stokes moving to the upside. If it plays out, this is the measured move of about 35% from the exit area right here up to about 00253. Definitely like seeing that. So, and no, I don't have any Crawlju in this wallet. So definitely looking good right there. Gotta love to see that. Agent also is in a similar situation. Daniel was talking about this last night. Agentic T, or Talos as it used to be named, and it's a similar situation. 4-hour, boom, busted through the 200, up, come across, almost touched the 21, pretty close. It can still bounce from there. Stokes turned up. I really wouldn't call that a flag or anything yet, but if it is, I mean, if you want to be generous and call this flag, I mean, it would actually be, the problem is it would actually be a descending triangle like this that normally break to the downside. But it is possible. From the breakout, about 17%. If it continues on the trend, and that brings us up to about 00542. So that's right. Don't sleep on Crawlju. 27 what? I don't know what you mean 27. 27 sweet? I don't know. But that's really about it. There's just nothing going on. I'm going to have to make a decision on my FET bag. Even with, I'm going to look into what was going on, what these lawsuits are. Even with the freaking, even with it dumping like this and ocean exiting, if you just hold, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna make your money back. Oh, 27 on the fear and greed. Okay. I didn't have the comments up. 27 on the fear and greed yesterday. Gotcha. But the question is, yes, I can just hold and gain my money back, but how long is it going to take to gain my money back? Or can I just cut my losses, throw it in something else that's going to come back quicker and regain my money faster, and then have a decision then to either buy back into FET or whatnot? So sometimes you got to know when to cut your losses. It's not just willy-nilly, but sometimes, or most of the time, it's better just to sit on the bag, because you don't lose anything if you don't sell. But sometimes, in this case, FET is supposed to be ASI, which is supposed to be, 3 projects combined, and Ocean Protocol was a key player in the whole selling point of the artificial super intelligence, right? Ocean Protocol, I believe, was the storage part of that. So you had FET, which was the layer that everything was going to be transacted on. You had AGIX, which was like a DApp builder. That's old. I can't remember what his name is. He built Sophia, the robot, but essentially that's like the DApp and the hardware maker part of it. And then Ocean Protocol was supposed to be the security aspect, the data storage security aspect play of the whole, triangle, the triangle of power, you should say. Class action lawsuits sounds nasty. Great. Do you know if that's is that like between each other? Like, is it people from, like, say, the AGIX community suing, or the FET community suing, or something like that? Or is it like freaking patent violation and IP theft or something like that? I wonder what that. I'll take a look. You know what? Why don't we just freaking look it up right now? Got nothing else going on. ASI lawsuit. ASI property. Multiple lawsuits have been filed. Various entities. Okay. That's not what I want. Humanian. Is that a Twitter handle there, Fozzie? Looks like a Twitter handle. What's that? HM Chic. Uh-oh. The Arabs are suing them? Probably has something to do with money then. HM Chic H4. Here we go. This dude right here. Is he a real sheik? Pioneer in new disturbed economy, deep tech investor, Fetch AI. So no, this dude is part of Fetch, right? Confirmed Ocean sold tokens when TRNR was buying, so price did not rise. All tokens will be burned when returned. If you are or were a holder of FET and have lost money during this Ocean action, be ready with your evidence. I am personally funding a class action in 3 or okay. Recently, I've been asked to explain what FET AI actually does. Oh, that's freaking possibly more jurisdictions. I will be setting up a channel for all to submit your claims. Hold tight and be ready. Okay. Man, if you're still doubting which community is the strongest, watch this. So this is the all-in crypto. We protect ASI community. We sit down. Fetch AI current situation unfolding involving the FET token. ASI community in the next hours or so. We'll be dropping our interview. So I'm going to have to watch this interview. In a response, Ocean Protocol, at Bruce Pund, at Trent MCO. Bring back and let's burn what you took from the community, and we end the drama. Otherwise, I promise you I will not stop. So actually, this doesn't sound like Ocean left because of the lawsuit. This sounds like Ocean left and took some tokens and they're gonna sue. Because there you go, Ocean Protocol. The community wants these tokens burnt. Do the right thing and say it. I will lift the confidentiality which you have been hiding behind if you do. Oh, okay. So what the hell? Why would Ocean just couldn't? It sounds like Ocean just couldn't maybe live up to their part of the deal and they decided to rug. Already a new model live on Vertical Stream, Fetch AI, ASI 1 Mini. This is for everyday agent discovery, routine. There's so many ways to personalize your personal AI. No, that doesn't touch it. Building that Fetch AI Innovation Lab. Call hacks next weekend. That's not it. If you're a founder going through something, don't stop. Go faster. What's this right here? So this is Doom and this. What is this? Calling all FET holders. What do you think ASI should do with the remaining FET tokens that were minted for the token conversion bridge? Obviously, a vote would be needed. Let's see here. Let's just say burn them. That's right, because they spun up. They increased the supply of tokens. I think it was by 1.6 billion or something like that. I remember I'd have to look back at our when we covered ASI. We actually have a video, I believe. If you go through the library and search ASI, I do believe I put out a video on ASI. But when me and John were talking about it, and we were talking about how the whole thing was coming together, and there was a swap, so you could swap your AGIX, your Ocean Protocol, and everything like that. That the conversion rate, I want to say the conversion rate was like 1 Ocean equaled 0.4 FET, one and it was like some other decimals, like 0.423 or something like that. And then 1 AGIX was like worth 0.40 something FET. And they were increasing the token supply by, I want to say, about 1.6 billion. Because if we go look at this Fetch AI and Singularity Net. Fetch AI and Singularity Net unite to form artificial super through token merge and continue to trade under FET token. For more blah blah blah, Fetch AI had made changes to the tokenomics in preparation for the upcoming merge. More information, read this article. So maybe we'll click on that real quick. But yeah, because we have 2.6 out of 2.7. But I think prior to that, FETs was only like 2. Let's see here. You notice we didn't see Ocean on that. It didn't say anything about Ocean. If we go over here, it does say something about Ocean. But let's see here. I don't see nothing. I need to get one of those extensions that searches for keywords. Well, I don't see anything about token. Begin integration. Yeah, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. Not right now. But it does mention FET, token, allocation. I don't see anything in that. Framework integrated with PAL AI. into the ASI. What's up, Dangu? What's going on, bro? Artificial vision paper. That's PAL AI. Let's see if that tokenomics framework. So this is with PAL though. This merger collapsed too. So this is old. Because there was a big thing that they were going to integrate PAL, and then they never did, I think. I don't think this ever went through. I think this is old news right here. So that's not what we want. Either way, we're not going to go through all that. I do have that video uploaded, though. Let's see here.
We've got a huge portfolio that extends from crypto to AI to iGaming and everything in between.
Why Sui?
I felt like I found something I've been looking for a number of years in crypto. Wall Street is like dining out on AI every day. I think the partnership that was announced with Google and A2P is the start of what's to come. The throne of like who is the Google of finance hasn't been won yet. We have one kind of ambition, which is to become the Sui bank.
You're lending, you're investing,
yeah,
ultimately to accumulate more cash or more Sui.
2025 is going to be a landmark year because...
Boom. So the title of the video was Squeeze Out or Souls Out, Squeeze In or something like that. I don't know if I have that in my bookmarks or not. Maybe. No, I didn't bookmark it. But it was from Rand Nooner. So Rand Nooner had a interview with the dude from Sui. So, well, I think that is going to be it for the night. There's not much going on. Everybody, have a great weekend. Touch grass. You know, don't get lost in the minutia of the dump. You know, my opinion, if it's DCA day, DCA. Always keep dry powder on the side, but if you can buy. If not, hold. You know, don't make rash decisions. You know, you don't sell red candles, you buy red candles. You don't buy green candles, you sell green candles. So with that being said, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend. I will be back Monday. And that is it. Have a good night.